Introducing the new Onward high-performance lithium-ion personal transportation vehicle from Club Car. When it comes to style, power, and performance, look no further. The Onward HP lithium-ion exceeds expectations with impressive hill climbing performance and high-power acceleration. No other vehicle in the industry can compete. Our automotive quality, self-contained battery is protected by a corrosion-resistant and watertight steel case. This state-of-the-art battery is maintenance-free. And with an industry-leading 6-year battery warranty, you can rest easy knowing your Onward HP lithium-ion is ready when you are. Welcome to the next era of Club Car innovation.
Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Welcome back in live, everybody, to Woodard Gymnasium, where it is model basketball night with coverage from Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ joining forces tonight. We're glad that you are with us as we get ready for what should be a really exciting game. But the model Blue Devils hosting the Trion Bulldogs. The Lady Devils were victorious tonight, 59-16, and now the boys will come in and see if they can come up with the sweep. But the Model Blue Devils come into the contest 8-3 on the season, off to a really good start, 3-1 in region play, and they've won their last 3 games of the season, and they've played some tough teams, which we're going to talk about as we go along through our pregame here. Meanwhile, the Trion Bulldogs visiting tonight. They're off to a good start as well. Haven't played as many games as the Model Blue Devils, as they're 4-2 on the season, have played 6 games. Models played 11, and they're 1-0 in region play. Of course, Models in Region 6, Single A Division 1, and this is a non-region game. Trion plays in Region 7, Single A Division 2. but their numbers look pretty similar, as Model is averaging about 63 points a game, giving up about 49.3. Meanwhile, Trion averaging 63 points a game, giving up about 48. So at least on paper, this looks like it could be a pretty competitive matchup. But again, when you look at the schedules, it's not a whole lot of things to compare these two teams with.
Yeah, that's true, Matt. I mean, all we do know is that the 2 losses that Trion suffered came to the same squad. They played Cartersville, both in Trion, a close contest, and then went on the road and kept that within 12 points as well. We'll see, but I think we've got a pretty even matchup tonight. I
think so too, man. I think it's going to be a super exciting game. The last game for the Model Blue Devils was a 56-50 victory over Central. The Lions out of Central Carrollton, an 11 win for A School, so that was a really good win for the Model Blue Devils. And meanwhile, the Trion Bulldogs last night, they picked up a dominant win over Pepperell. 79-42 was the score in that game. We saw that Pepperell team play. They have a hard time putting together 4 quarters, but they do have some athletic kids on that team that can give you some problems. So looking at that score, it certainly caught my attention, the dominant way in which Trion was able to take care of business against Pepperell.
Yeah. Again, I think we don't have a large sample size for Trion, but this is a team that is coming off a few good seasons in a row. They've got some upperclassmen leadership that is used to winning, so they aren't going to come in here and expect to do anything less than give Model 4 quarters a heck.
Speaking of last season for Trion, they picked up a 23-5 record overall. They won the region championship game against Darlington in a very exciting game. I was at that game. It was absolutely electric. So this is a team that's been under fire. I know there's some guys that were on that team from last year that are no longer with them, but they've got a pretty strong crew this year. Meanwhile, the Model Blue Devils last season were 22-8, won their region championship. The last 3 seasons have been super successful for Model in the postseason. Last year they went to the Elite 8. The year before that it was Final 4, and the year before that it was Elite 8. So Elite 8 or better in the last 3 seasons, and you got a lot of experience here on this Model team. Obviously, you don't have Riley Chapman and also Jeremiah Hurd this year, but you do have a tremendous amount of experience. And not only that, Ian, some young talent on this team contributing here at this part of the season for sure.
Yeah, no question. They've got 4 really good seniors on this squad, but there are some underclassmen that are looking to be the future of this Model program that are already contributing in a big way.
We're going to take one more timeout here. We better catch our breath before this one, because it's going to be a lot of action coming for you here with Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ as we get ready for the Model Blue Devils and the Trion Bulldogs. Let's step out for a minute and a half. A minute and a half timeout. We'll come back, feed you the starting lineups, and get you ready for the ball game. It's Model and Trion, and it's coming up after a minute and a half. minutes. You hear the buzzer. That means it's almost go time inside Woodard Gymnasium. Once again, we get ready for the model Blue Devils and the Trion Bulldogs. I'm going to deliver the starting lineups to you, and then we'll get started with this ball game. We're going to start with the Trion Bulldogs. Number 3, Sam Mobbs in the starting lineup tonight as a junior. Number 4, LeBrian Ludy. He is a 6'1" junior. Number 5, Austin Cornett. He is a senior this year. Number 11, Ashton Mason, a sophomore. And rounding out the starting lineup here for the visiting Trion Bulldogs is number 15, Conley Harris, a senior, and their head coach is John Cornett. Again, last season went 23-5, won a region championship, and made it to the playoffs. Now for your model Blue Devils, we'll get started with number 10, John Mason, a 6'2" junior in the starting lineup tonight here for your model Blue Devils. Also in the starting lineup, number 11, Stevie Dallas, a 5'10" senior guard. Number 14, Noah Travis, a 5'10" senior guard, also in the starting lineup. Number 21, Bryson Denson, a 6-foot sophomore. Also number 23, Chase Allen, a 6'6" senior. And that is your starting lineup here for the Blue Devils here tonight. And we're just about ready to go in this one. It's going to be a lot of action in this one, I got a feeling. The model Blue Devils, of course, their head coach is Jacob Travis. Last season, Blue Devils went 22-8, won the region championship, made it to the Elite Eight, where they were eliminated by the eventual state championship Westside Augusta team.
Yeah,
so,
what a buzzsaw that was.
Man, that's probably the most athletic high school basketball team I remember seeing, and I've seen a lot of them over the years, but they were something else. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, it's Trion and Model getting ready to lock horns here. Chase Allen in the circle for the Blue Devils. And then number 3, Sam Mobbs here for Trion. David Thornton will send it in the air, and it's time for the basketball game. Tip is going to go to Trion. They'll open up with possession of the basketball as they won the tip. Bringing it up the floor is Austin Cornett. He's going to go drive right in, loses the handle, picked up by Stevie Dallas after it ricocheted off of John Mason, and the Blue Devils get a turnover right out of the gate. So Stevie Dallas with the ball up top, feeds it off to John Mason. Mason on to Denson, back up top to Dallas, backs up, resets the offense. Now on to Denson, 18 seconds on the shot clock. We're just underway. First possession of the ball game. Allen with the ball, going to give it off to Mason. He is going to fire across to Stevie Dallas for 3. That caroms over the rim. Allen gets the rebound. The putback is through.
Good look in the corner there for Dallas. Couldn't get it to go, but Allen with the nice rebound, pump fake, and finish.
So Model opens up the scoring in the game. Here's a 3 ball on the other side. That bounces high off the rim, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Chase, so it's going to stay with Trion on their end of the floor. Trion in their gray uniforms with blue letters and numbers and white trim. Very dark gray, I should say. Almost black. Here's a shot from around the free throw line. That's off the side of the rim. Or would you call that black?
Charcoal, perhaps?
Yeah, let's go with that. Models in their white uniforms with blue letters and numbers and black trim. They go around the horn to the right wing side to Noah Travis with the ball in a 2-0 lead, trying to add to it. Can Stevie Dallas knock down the 3? Nope, that's off the back of the rim. And the ball's poked free. Cornett with it, behind the back pass, couldn't deliver it. And Model came away with the ball, dodged a bullet there.
It did.
Here's Bryson Denson into the lane, and off the glass and through.
Yeah, nice finish there by Denson.
So a 4-0 run to start the game for Model. Trion brings it back to the other side of the floor. Cornett splits defenders, feeds it off to a teammate. It goes off of his knee, but evidently it was tipped by Model.
Yeah, Mobbs did a good job there and had a clean break to the basket, but Mason came in from behind, tapped the ball away.
So Trion inbounds the ball. They go straight to the top of the key to Cornett, who is handling things as far as the guard is concerned. Gives it off to Mobbs, the junior. Mobbs going to drive in, nice spin move, puts up the shot. A contested shot is missed, and Stevie Dallas tracks down the rebound. Left wing side, they go to Mason, trying to get it into Allen. It's going to be picked off. Here comes Trion back the other way, worked from left to right, trailing 4-0. Ooh, lost the handle for a second, did Ludy. Ludy with the ball, going to try to work around Allen, leaves it off for Cornett. Cornett dribbles towards the top of the key. Going to try to work inside. Kicks it out. Ludy with the ball. Being guarded by Allen. Great defense here by Model. Driving is Cornett. Tries to heave it to the bucket. Ball gets loosed. Mason picks it up. Nice pass from Travis to Mason up top. They work it back to Noah. Now on to Denson, feeding it underneath to Allen. He'll spin around, posting it up, and scores.
Great finish there by Chase Allen.
I'm not sure from the outset, the way this game's going, that they're going to have much of an answer for that inside there with Chase Allen.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got the right matchup for him. Here comes Trion with the ball. They feed it up top to Cornett. Over to the right wing side, they get it to Mobbs. Mobbs being guarded by Denson. He'll go to work on Denson. Now feeds it back up top to Cornett. Of course, there might be a lot of matchup issues here. Here's a long three on the way. Karams off the side of the rim. Mason gets the rebound. Here's Denson. Now to Dallas on the left wing side. Nice crisp pass and ball movement here from Model. Dallas open for three. That one's not going to go. He's going to connect eventually.
0 for 3. All good looks.
And like you say, he's getting wide open looks. And once Dallas starts getting hot, you can kiss it goodbye.
That's the truth. Was Logan Stokes not a part of this Trion basketball? I thought he was at media days, but don't see him on the roster or on the bench over there. Big fella.
Cornett works his way across the timeline as Trion has the ball, trailing 6-0. So a 6-0 run to start the game for Model, and a foul against Bryson Denson.
There's Travis coaching him up there on the sidelines.
Very passionate coach. I always enjoy watching him during the games. There's a shot. It's going to be missed. Trion with the ball. Cornett's got it on the left wing side. Going to leave it off for Mobbs. Mobbs over in the corner on the left wing in front of the Model bench. Starts to dribble out. Backs up. Now starts to drive. Goes in and lays it in. Nice kiss off the glass for Mobbs.
Yeah, strong take by Mobbs.
So 6-2. Model opened up the game with a 6-0 run. Trion stops it there. 3:44 left to go in the first quarter. Noah Travis going to leave it up top here for Chase Allen at the high post. Gives it back to Noah. Fires the three and through. Good stroke by Noah Travis.
It's another young man. You can't leave that open. He'll make you pay.
7-point lead for Model. 9-2 is your score. Trion with the basketball up top. Cornett going to work inside on Denson. Now leaves it up top. They feed it out to the right wing side. Now back up to Cornett, trying to get an open look. Mobbs with the ball over on the left wing. Going to try to go to work on Mason. Nice spin move and goes to the paint. Misses the shot. Mason comes out with a rebound. Mason fires left wing side of Dallas. Fakes, goes in, drives baseline. Tries to feed it back out to Mason. They'll reset the offense. Gets it up top to Chase Allen. He goes to work on the inside. Wow. Scoops it up and through.
Just such great control under the basket there.
I mean, what can you do to defend
there's
that?
not much you can do.
11-2 the score. 9-point lead for Model, and they steal it away. Here comes Bryson Denson underneath trying to lay it in. He gets fouled.
First free throw attempts of the game.
Indeed.
I do believe.
Yeah. 11-2 lead for Model here to start the game, and we see Bryson Denson going to the free throw line, trying to add to his totals early with 2:34 left to go in the first quarter.
NFL regular season wraps up tomorrow. We'll know who's in the playoffs and who will be watching from home. Falcons fans have to depend on a Saints victory and a win over the Panthers.
And the Saints are playing Tampa Bay, is that right?
Yes, at Tampa Bay.
Rattles in for Bryson Denson.
Here comes the sorghum syrup warrior himself, Thomas Patterson, into the game.
Checking out is John Mason. So also Owen Mathis is into the game here now for Model. It looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Yep.
So we're going to take it as well. 2:34 left to go in the first quarter. Model leads at 12-2, a 10-point lead when we come back after a 30-second break.
Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
You had asked the PA announcer, Grayson Atkins, who's also handling the music, to cue up some Running with the Devil, an apropos choice, I should say. And Ian, earlier today, I saw a picture on the internet on Facebook, and it was of a young Kevin Bacon before he was a famous actor getting an autograph on an album from Diamond Dave, David Lee Roth. It was a really cool picture. I'd never seen that one before, but second free throw from Denson rattles off the rim. It won't go. The score remains 12-2 in favor of Model. Ball is going to be knocked loose on the floor. Battle ensues, won by Owen Mathis. Model comes out with it. What a great effort there, trying to get that 50-50 ball inside to Patterson. Crisp pass inside, and Patterson with the finish. And Ian, you got to help me with who fed that ball to him. I didn't catch it. Dallas.
Yeah.
Stevie Dallas with the feed. Thank you. Shot underneath, and that's going to roll in there for Sam Mobbs, his second bucket of the game, and only the second bucket of the game for Trion, we should also tell you. Here is Bryson Denson for three. That bounces high off the rim, and leaping up to get the rebound was Ludy for Trion. They'll come back the other way. Cornett across the center court stripe, tries to work around a screen. They feed it underneath the screen and roll. Shot is up, is missed. Rebound's going to be picked up by Stevie Dallas, who brings it across the midcourt stripe. Allen to Mathis for three. That one caroms over the rim, and the rebound goes to Trion. Cornett across the center court stripe with it for the Bulldogs. They're going to work their way inside. Cornett all alone, misses the shot. The Sorghum Syrup Warrior, as you like to call him, picks up the rebound.
Right. Coming in, making a defense.
Here's Owen Mathis in the feed over to Chase Allen. Ball gets away from him and out of bounds, so it's coming back to Trion. Going to have some subs. You got Woodley and also Bryson Bell checking into the game for the first time. And then Noah Travis is back in. Boy, Woodley's got some really colorful shoes tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Kind of touches all the colors of the rainbow there. I kind of like those. Here comes the shot from Mobbs underneath, misses it. Travis gets the rebound. Noah's going to fire it to the right wing side to Bell. Now back up top, now on to Bell on the right wing in the corner. Back around to Noah Travis, great ball movement. Here is Woodley for three, and that one's off the side of the rim. Mathis gets the board though. A nice pass up top to Bell, who handles it, gives it over to Woodley, back over to Travis. Now a corner three from Bell, that one's off the side of the rim. Rebound goes to Mathis, so maybe another opportunity for Model. Get some good offensive rebounds on this possession. 24 seconds on the clock, 16 on the shot clock for the Blue Devils. Up, that's stolen away by Cornett off the pass. Here's a shot off the glass, too strong. Bell gets the board, and Noah Travis brings up the floor for Model with the shot clock turned off. 9 seconds to work with. Woodley from the corner on the right wing side feeds it to Mathis. Up top to Noah Travis, shakes off the defender, fires the three, misses. The tip back is missed, and Ian, that's the end of the first quarter. Model's going to lead it after one. 14-4 your score, and we will send it back to the studio. We're back for the second quarter after a 1-minute break.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors have a tough, heavy-duty steel frame, so they can lift fallen trees and everything else thrown our way. And you're tough, too. You maintain roads and mend fences and give your neighbors a hand and still make it to church on Sunday. Now that stuff sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
All right, Model with the ball as we start the second quarter of the ball game. Model up 14-4, working it around the perimeter here in the opening possession of the quarter. John Mason drives baseline, gets it out to Bryson Denson, lost the handle momentarily. Here's Noah Travis for three after the feed. It's missed, and the rebound is going to go to Ludi. That was some acrobatics there, wasn't it, Ian?
John Mason.
Unintended. Ludi with the basketball at the free throw line, gonna bounce it out to Cornett. They'll reset the offense. Trion will, trailing 14-4. Bounce pass underneath and off the glass and through. Great feed by Cornett.
Yeah, Harris with the finish.
Conley Harris. Now back up top to John Mason. Fires at left wing corner. Three for Denson is missed, and we got a whistle.
Did they get him with the foul late?
I think so. That would be number 3, Sam Mobbs.
And three shots.
Yeah, we're going to see Bryson Denson go into the stripe here where he's been now 2 times. And these will be free throws 3, 4, and 5 of the basketball game for him and for Model and of the game. All free throws here in the game so far are going to be shot by Bryson Denson is what I'm trying to say.
That's right.
First one's on the way, and that one is through. He'll get ready for the second free throw.
Good crowd here for a Saturday night. Everybody winding down from the holiday break.
Man, all systems go next week, huh?
Yes, sir.
Second one's going to rattle in. So he's 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Shooting 75% from the line is Bryson Denson.
Yeah, good math there, Matt.
You're welcome.
Solid stuff.
Second shot on the way, and that one is through. That's going to be 20%. 4 of 5 from the stripe. 80% rather, sorry. He's only missed 20% of his shots. Stolen away. Chase Allen one-on-one. Left it short. Gets his own rebound and gets clobbered. Is going to the free throw line.
Yeah, Allen about finished that the first time, but he'll get a chance to go and get it 2 from the line.
So Allen with a couple of shots coming up. Before this trip to the free throw line, Bryson Denson had 5 attempts, and that were all the free throws that have been taken in the game up to this point. But Allen's going to knock down his first and get ready for another one.
Teardrop. Drawing nothing but nylon.
Second one coming up here for Chase Allen, and Model leads at 18-6. He strings another one. So Chase Allen has got 8 points in the game and leads all scorers. So Ludi is going to inbound the ball here to Cornett, who's going to bring it up the floor here for Trion. They're going to fire it underneath, trying to get that backdoor cut. Cornett's got the ball now up at the top of the key, shading towards the right wing side, lost the handle. Allen comes out with the ball. Here comes Bryson Denson, fires left wing side, baseline drive underneath for Dallas. Tried the reverse, missed the layup. Great effort though. It's a nifty move, but couldn't get the finish, and now Trion's got the ball on their end of the floor. Cornett going to leave it off for Mobbs. Mobbs with it around midcourt, going to start to drive, puts up a 3-point shot. That one caroms off the rim, and Noah Travis is there for the rebound.
This feels like a pivotal point in the ball game here. Model with a chance to possibly blow the doors off of this one.
Bryson Denson going to feed it up top to Woodley. Great ball movement into the corner. Noah Travis for 3 off the side of the rim, and Mobbs gets the rebound for Trion. Trion goes right into the paint, heaves it towards the bucket and rolls in. What a move by Mobbs. Kind of scooped it towards the bucket with a lot of drama. Spun around the rim 2 or 3 times before it made its way through. Wow.
Mobbs has shown a knack for getting to the basket so far in this game.
Here's Denson trying to go into the paint, has it stripped. Coming away with it is Roberts, goes right to the rim, puts it up and lays it in.
Trying on a 4-0 run here. Trims the lead to 9.
19-10 your score. 5:12 left to go in the second quarter. Noah Travis across the timeline, gives it to Woodley. Long 3 in the air, and he strings it. Whoa.
Freshman phenom steps up and gets his first bucket of the game.
Great bucket. 22-10. 12-point lead for Model. Right wing side, 3 ball in the air, misses everything there, and Noah Travis is there to receive the ball. He's across the timeline, gives it to Woodley. Does he have the high hand? Yes, he does. 2 in a row for Chaden Woodley. Made it look easy both times.
Trion goes on a 4-0 run. Model answers with a 6-0 run of their own.
25-10, Model leads it. Shot blocked by Chase Allen on the layup attempt from Conley Harris. Model back the other way. Woodley from the other corner, and it's in from the other side. Chaden Woodley's on fire. Oh, my goodness. And Coach Cornett's going to call a timeout there for Trion. Model leads at 28-10 with 4:22 left to go in the second quarter.
What a sequence there. Woodley has caught fire.
We're going to keep it here through this timeout. But, man, that was something else. Woodley lighting it up here in the second quarter with 3 threes in a row, 2 from the far side. Then he switched over to the near side, got open, and knocked one down. And sometimes when you switch it up to the other side like that, you wonder if that'll mess up your rhythm, but it didn't for Woodley.
Can throw you off, but Woodley feeling it here in the second quarter.
Boy, that was some big-time shooting from the 6'2 freshman, Chaden Woodley, knocking down 3 threes there in that sequence of the second quarter. And just like you said, man, Trion has punched back, but every time they get a jab, you see a uppercut here from this Model team hitting those threes.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
28-10. Model leads us by 18. Trion will inbound the ball. And a little half-court trap here for Model on defense. Cornett going to pass out of it to Mobbs, sends it right wing side. Ludy back over to Mobbs, who's going to try to split defenders, has second thoughts, backs up. Good defense from Model, trying to keep him out of the lane. Left it short. And Dallas came out with it, gives it to Mathis. Now back up to Dallas, back to Mathis. He'll send a 3 in the air, and that one's off the side of the rim.
Good looking shot. Just with that back iron.
And Mathis is one of those players that he's missed a couple, but once he starts getting dialed in, he's trouble. Oh, good move towards the bucket there from Harris. Nice feed. I didn't see who fired that in.
It was Cornett that made the pass. A good dish.
Now inside to Allen on the other side with the finish. Chase Allen having a big game. He's got 10 points here in the first half, and Model leads it by 18, 30-12 the score. 3:19 left to go in the half. A few subs coming into the game at a stoppage of play for Model, and here they come. Mason, Patterson, and Travis back into the game. Taking a seat, Denson, Dallas, and Allen. Nice luxury to have when you can make that change and have that good of players come in and off the bench at all times.
No question.
Good depth on this Model team. Experience, good mix of experience and youth. Really talented players. Getting better every game, too. Owen Mathis with the ball, going to send it across to Woodley. Woodley back up top, gets it to Mason. Mason going to send it over to Mathis, fires the 3. That one's a little bit off the mark. And coming out with it's going to be Trion's Ludy. Cornett with the ball across the midcourt stripe. Trion with the ball, going to bounce it over to an open Mobbs. 3 ball in the air, and he strings it. Sam Mobbs.
Mobbs is a good-looking player.
Really is. Good stroke there. Noah Travis with the ball for Model on the other side. Of course, as we mentioned to you, every time Trion gets a bucket, Model's had an answer for it. Let's see if they do here. Good ball movement. Fire inside to an open Patterson, and he strings it.
Patterson doing a great job finding the open space. That's his 4th point of the night.
32-15 is your score. Model with the lead. Cornett goes off his foot, and it's coming back to the Blue Devils. So Model and Trion playing inside of Woodard Gymnasium tonight on the 4th of January, 2025. It's here, folks. Almost at halftime of this one. We're just under the 2-minute mark. Noah Travis on to Owen Mathis on the right wing side. He'll fire it to Patterson at the high post, gives it to Mason. Mason back outside to Mathis. Now to the left wing side to Woodley. Fires the 3, this time misses. And the rebound goes to Mobbs and Trion. Trion across the midcourt stripe. Drives in off the glass. Misses the shot, but Ian, they are going to go to the free throw line for the first time in the game.
So. I was waiting to get that confirmation from you.
It is confirmed. And Sam Mobbs goes to the free throw line. So, Ian, do you set any New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year? Are you into that sort of thing?
I mean, some years more than other. I kind of made mine early at the end of the year, so I'm going to just stick to my goals set forth near the end of 2024.
First free throw was missed for Sam Mobbs. He'll go through his routine, get ready for the second. And it is on the way. That one rattles out. I'm not really a New Year's resolution guy. I'm more of a reflect on the previous year and set goals for the upcoming year kind of guy.
Yeah.
They sent it out to Owen Mathis at the top of the key. Ball nearly deflected away, but Model retains possession. Woodley now on to John Mason. He jab steps, sends it back up top to Owen Mathis. Now on to Woodley as Model tries to strike up some ball movement here. They get it to Noah Travis. Now on to Mathis, on to John Mason, right wing. They feed it into Patterson. Little button hook shot, and he knocks it through. Patterson with his third bucket.
Give him some syrup. He is your neighbor. Thomas Patterson with the finish.
Man, that little hook shot he's got is nasty. Tough to defend. 47 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Model leads at 34-15. Long shot for Mobbs, and that's a little bit off the mark. Mathis got the long rebound here for Model, sends it up top to Mason, fires it left wing side to Noah Travis with 30 seconds left on the clock, so about a 4-second differential between that and the shot clock. Now Chaden Woodley on the left wing side, back up top. They fire it left wing to Travis and through. Feed from Mason. Noah Travis knocks down the three, and he's made 2 threes in the first half.
Model stretches the lead to 22.
8 seconds on the clock to go in the half. Cornett, not time to work with. Going to feed it underneath. Shot off the glass and through from Harris after the feed from Cornett. And that is the end of the first half. Model's going to lead it into the locker room by a score of 37-17 over the visiting Trion Bulldogs. It was a fun first half for the Model Blue Devils for sure. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout, a 3-minute timeout down the line. Come back for the halftime show after these messages.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors are tough thanks to more built-in weight, so they can safely pull flex-wing mowers and rescue neighbors stuck in the mud. And you're tough too. You haul feed and pull a float on your hometown parade.
Let's pray.
And still make it to supper. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
All right, we welcome you back into Woodard Gymnasium, home of the Model Blue Devils, and it's been all Blue Devils tonight. And here at halftime, the Model Blue Devils on the boys' side lead at 37-17 over the visiting Trion Bulldogs. We're going to break down how the scoring went there in the first half. Model would outscore Trion in the first quarter 14-4, and then they turned up the heat in terms of scoring there in the second quarter, outscoring Trion 23-13. So it was a much better offensive quarter for Trion, but you started seeing the threes starting to fall there for the Model Blue Devils in that quarter. They would make 4 threes, 3 of them from Chaden Woodley, and every time Trion would hit a shot, Model would come down the floor and hit a bigger shot. And so again, at halftime, Model leads this thing 37-17.
Yeah, and you really feel like Trion's dependent on most of their offense to be created by Sam Mobbs, who has done a great job. He had a really good half, but every time Trion would chip away, Model had an answer, none bigger than Woodley's 9-point explosion. They had cut the lead to 9 points, and then he went off with 3 straight threes, and you felt like that kind of took the wind out of Trion's sails. From there, just a great effort team-wide from Model. So what's the scoring breakdown?
Absolutely, and then the other thing, and then the scoring, but you also had good free throw shooting there for the Blue Devils there between the first and second quarters. They didn't have many attempts there in the first quarter, but they only missed 1 free throw. So out of 7 attempts, they made 6 of those shots, and those always factor in as well. So anyway, the scoring breaks down like this for the Trion Bulldogs. 2 points from Bryson Roberts. You would have 6 points from Conley Harris, and then as you pointed out, Mobbs was definitely their biggest source of offense. He picked up 9 points, spread pretty evenly between the first and second quarter. Had 4 points in the first quarter with a couple of buckets. And then in the second quarter, he had a couple of buckets as well, including one of those being a 3. Meanwhile, for the Model Blue Devils, they have 5 guys that would score there in the first half. 6 points apiece for Noah Travis, Bryson Denson, and Thomas Patterson. And then the 2 leading scorers in the game with 9 points. You talked about the 3 made threes there in a row for Chaden Woodley. He had 9 points, and the leading scorer in the game overall, Chase Allen, he had 10 points. And there were times there of each of those first couple of quarters where it really felt like Trion just didn't have an answer defensively to try to defend Chase Allen when he got into the paint.
Right, and that I think that's been the case across the board. Allen's been able to get position on the block and really get to the basket and finish pretty easily.
Absolutely. So with that said, Model leads it at halftime 37-17 over Trion with a whole half left to play. We're going to take another break. We'll send it back to the studio for about 3 minutes. Do want to remind you that coming up, Georgia Tech men's basketball on the radio. The Ola Jackets head to the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York on Tuesday. Tip-off at 7 o'clock airtime, 6:30 from the Georgia Tech Radio Network. A 3-minute break for you, then we'll come back and have the second half. Model Blue Devils 37, Trion Bulldogs 17 when we come back after a 3-minute timeout.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
All right, welcome you back here to Woodard Gymnasium. Getting ready for the second half to begin, and Model owned the first half 37-17, and really we've seen Model Blue Devil domination here for much of the evening here. This is a pretty good Trion Bulldogs basketball team, but in a lot of respects it feels like they've been kind of outmatched here by this pretty deep Blue Devil basketball team.
Yeah, at this point just a more well-rounded attack from the Blue Devils, both the boys and girls.
All right, so Trion with the ball rather as we start the second half of the ball game. So the third quarter is underway. There's a shot from deep, going to be missed there by Ludi, and the ball comes back to the Blue Devils after a quick trip there for Trion. Looks like Mr. Mason must have shuffled his feet in front of the official.
Coach Travis didn't like the call.
Kind of shaking his head.
I just love his mannerisms, man. He's fun to watch.
So the Trion Bulldogs have got the ball at the top of the key. Going to leave it off for Ludi. Now up top to Mobbs. He works his way towards midcourt, backs up, resets the offense here for Trion. They set up a screen at top of the key. He puts up a three, misses the shot. Mason gets the rebound here for Model. Noah Travis across the midcourt stripe, running the point. Going to feed it up to a high screen, and Chase Allen. Now he gives it off to Denson, feeds it out to left wing side to Mason. Now around the horn up top, one pass too many, deflected by Cornett, picked up by Harris. They go inside. Cornett with a nifty move, but can't get the finish, and he steps on the baseline.
And similar to the girls' game, it seems like every time Trion gets a good look at the basket, it just doesn't fall for him.
Stevie Dallas across the midcourt stripe in front of the Model bench, dribbles between the legs. And now he will start to move, gives it off to Allen at the high post. Allen going to feed it off to Stevie Dallas, puts up the three. That's a little bit off the mark. Stevie been a little bit cold tonight, but you got a feeling he'll get heated up at some point. That one's going to rattle in for Allen on the putback.
Nice hook shot there from Chase Allen.
So Trion on the other end, trailing 39-17. Ball poked free momentarily, but it stays with Harris, and he knocks one through.
Hanging in the air. Nice release at the high point there on the jumper.
Model working left to right now on their side of the floor. They send it to the high post, and Chase Allen standing at the top of the key now gives it off to Stevie Dallas. Dallas takes a few steps back, and we got a whistle away from the ball. And I was looking
I'm pretty
at
sure
the ball, so
I'm pretty sure they got
what
Cornett.
happened.
It was a mismatch. Allen had gotten Cornett on the switch. Probably a smart foul there, because I don't see him stopping Allen if he gets the ball.
So we get ready for Model to feed the ball in. Stevie Dallas waits for the official to hand him the ball. He's got it, surveys the floor, and he's going to find Allen underneath, who will just post up, muscle his way in, gets it to the rim, and draws the foul.
Yeah. Nice strong take. He got Mobbs in the air and then went up, absorbed the contact, almost got the finish, but we'll get to the line for 2 shots.
Allen leads all scorers in this game with 12 points, had a big first half. And he waits at the line, gets ready to shoot, goes through his routine, puts it up. That one rattles off the rim, and he gets ready for a second shot.
I almost said he was 2 from 2 from the line, but I didn't want to be the reason he missed that one.
Well, it's alumni night here, Ian, at Model High School. Second shot on the way. That one's going to rattle in for Chase Allen. I look to my left, and big Jeremiah's Hurd and his brother Jaquinnis. A couple of Model legends are in the building
Can't miss those two.
No, you can't. And I think Coach Travis told me that Jaquinnis was a part of the most wins of any player at Model. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he told me that one day. He was a part of some very successful teams and played a big role in their success for sure. Shot on the way, as well as his brother Jeremias. Noah with the ball, going to bring it across the midcourt stripe for the Blue Devils. Bounces it into Chase Allen, who starts to back his way into the paint. Strong move and loses the ball. It's stripped away, but it's going to stay with the Blue Devils.
We got a foul called there. There are the Herds on the screen.
Absolutely. He's got like a Japan baseball jersey on. Jeremias does.
Of course, he was a freshman for the University of Tennessee. Vols made a run to the playoffs.
Inbound pass for Allen, kicks out. There's John Mason for 3, and that one caroms over the rim. Rebound's going to be picked up by Trion. And they're nice, humble fellas, too. Any chance I've had a chance to interact with either one of them.
Oh,
shot is up.
My goodness.
Through. Man. So Sam Mobbs knocks it down. He also draws the contact. Will have a 3-point opportunity here.
Mobbs has a knack for getting to the basket, and then he just kind of scooped it up there with the left hand, kissed it off the glass.
And it was like everything was happening in slow motion, you know, and he knocks down that free throw, converts the 3-point play. Wow. 40-21 your score, 19-point lead here for Model. Bryson Denson with the ball at about midcourt. He's going to send it to the high post, and Chase Allen being guarded by Mobbs currently. They give it out to Stevie Dallas, right wing side to Denson. They feed it inside to Allen and splits 2 defenders, hits the reverse layup for another score.
Just, again, great control there, great body control, because he had guys flying all around him. Kept himself planted and is able to reverse under the rim and get the finish.
Foul going to be called on Model, and so Jaden Woolley checks into the game here for the Blue Devils. Checking out is going to be John Mason. And we get ready for Mobbs to inbound the ball for Trion. Model leads at 43-21 with 4:41 left to go in the third quarter. It's been a good night for the Model Blue Devils tonight. They're going to feed it inside. Harris gets it back out to Mobbs. Lost the handle for a second. And he's going to just jack up a 3. Misses the shot off the side of the rim. Rebound by Harris. The putback is going to go.
Harris is a good player.
He is, and he's got 10 points in this game.
Kind of quietly, but he's played well.
He's been effective in the second and third quarters of the game in particular. Here is Noah Travis, fires it out to Bryson Denson, cuts towards the baseline and gets blocked by Ludy, but out of bounds. So Model will inbound underneath their own basket.
Denson felt like he got whacked on the back of the head, but not called. Will stay with the Blue Devils, however.
Stevie Dallas surveys the floor, is going to trigger it in motion to Denson. Tries to get it to the rim off the inbound play, and he gets fouled.
And this time, he'll get to the free throw line.
And Denson has done a great job from the line tonight. He's 4 of 5. These will be his 6th and 7th attempts here of the game. And Model's gotten the free throw line quite a bit here in this game, and that was the same thing in the girls' game as well.
Attacking the rim and getting to the line.
First shot was through. We'll get ready for a second. So the success at the free throw line here for the sophomore, it
Ends right
Ends
there.
right there. 'Cause
Too
I
much
opened my
praise.
big fat broadcaster mouth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Trying with the basketball, it never fails. And we never learn, do we? Here's Cornett. The scoop shot off the glass is through. 43-26. Model leads it with 3:40 left to go in the third quarter. Stevie Dallas being guarded by Cornett, gives it off to Chase Allen. Allen will start to go to work, hands it off to Noah Travis, who drives in the lane, tries to heave it to Woodley, and it's going to be picked off. Coming out with it was Ludy here for Trion. Trion goes back the other way. Mobbs has got it. He's going to send up the long-range three, and that one rattles off the side of the rim. Chase Allen gets the rebound, and a timeout is going to be called. Model takes the timeout. We'll take it with him. Model 43, Trion 26, 3:14 left, third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds.
You look exhausted. Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a Grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
All right, Trion's going to feed, or actually Model will feed in the ball with a 43-26 lead after the timeout. Stevie Dallas with the ball at midcourt, backs up, sets up the half-court offense, tries to get it to Allen. Ball is going to be deflected out of bounds by Mobb, so it'll stay on Model's end of the floor.
Like that timeout from Coach Travis, because Model kind of quietly chipped away, or Trion had at the lead a little bit, and I think that was a good time to regroup.
So Stevie Dallas will have it after the inbound pass at midcourt. He surveys the floor. Now he'll set things in motion on offense, being guarded by Cornett. Ball nearly stolen away. They get it to Woodley underneath to Allen.
Wow.
Starts to drive in, and he shuffled his feet on his way to the paint.
You don't see Chase Allen turn the ball over very often.
Ball nearly deflected by Woodley on the inbound pass for Trion. Trion's got the ball. They got it over to Ludy. They kick it out. Now into Harris down at the low post. They feed it back out to Mobbs, being guarded by Noah Travis. He'll back up, reset the offense here for Trion. 2:30 left to go, third quarter. He lost the handle. Travis has got the ball, and now Model goes back the other way. Here's Woodley. Nice pass to Denson. Drives baseline off the glass and through. What a drive.
Yeah, great finish, too.
2:13 left to go in the third quarter. Model 45, Trion 26, and a whistle. Going to go against
Denson.
And so Trion will inbound the ball here, trailing 45-26. Denson asking for a little explanation there, just to make sure he understood the call there from David Thornton. And it looks like Mr. Thornton was willing to oblige. Cornett at the top of the key with the ball, going to drive and loses the ball. Feeds it out to Mobbs on the left wing side. Now tries to dribble around the screen up top. Mobbs is not afraid to fire the three. Works his way off. There's the three ball, and that's through, but he may have stepped in front of the line.
He did. It's only a two. Good looking shot, though.
So Mobbs knocks it down. That brings it to 45-29. They're going to work it around the horn. Stevie Dallas thought about the long range three, fed it up top to Woodley. Now on to Travis, back over to Dallas on the left wing. Stevie Dallas with the ball. Now over to Bryson Denson, who resets the offense here for the Blue Devils. Going to feed it underneath, stolen away. Mobbs has got it. He's going to be 2-on-1 in favor of Model. It's stripped by Bryson Denson. He got back in a flash.
Yeah, Dallas did a good job to cut off the angle, and then from behind, Denson swooped in and tapped the ball away to take away the fast break opportunity.
Indeed he did. So we get ready for Ludy to inbound the ball here for the Trion Bulldogs, who trail the Blue Devils 45-29 with 1:16 left to go in the third quarter. So we're all closing in on the final frame of this one. Ludy going to bounce it into Cornett. Cornett on the left wing side being guarded by Noah Travis. He'll start to dribble up towards the top of the key and around into the paint, puts it up, misses the shot and gets fouled. So we're going to see Cornett going to the free throw line. And again, Ian, this is only the third trip to the free throw line of the game here for Trion Bulldogs.
Yeah. Model's done a really good job of contesting shots without making contact.
So Cornett with 2 shots coming up. This is his first trip to the line, and the first shot is through. Cornett, a pretty good little ball player. He's played really good defense tonight here for this Trion Bulldogs basketball team. Second shot on the way, and that one is through, and has also done a good job distributing the ball.
Yes, he has.
The point.
Some really good passes, especially to his teammate Conley Harris. Some great feeds to him.
Made both free throws. Noah Travis with the ball towards the left wing, gives it to Owen Mathis. Now back up top to Bryson Denson. Denson on to Mathis, on to Travis on the left wing side with 48 seconds to go. 15 on the shot clock. We're in the third quarter. Woodley heaves it over to Owen Mathis. He jab steps, starts to go in, kicks it out, and he walks.
Yep.
And one of the things, you got a couple of players that have been a little bit cold here tonight for the Model Blue Devils, but with the depth that this team has, there's always somebody in there that's going to have the hot hand to help pick them up, and that makes them so dangerous.
Well, and in this second half, Trion's done a much better job defending the three-point line. There haven't been as many open looks.
Denson to Allen, drives towards the low block, keeps it in bounds. Great ball movement. Noah Travis onto Woodley into the corner right wing side. Woodley with the 3, and that one's off the back of the rim. And Mobbs is there for the rebound. Tryon back the other way. 10 seconds to work with here for Trion. Obviously the shot clock is off. Model leads 45-31. There's the 3 ball in the air, side of the rim. It goes off. 1 second, a heave from 3/4.
Wow.
Oh, he put some fire on it.
He did.
But the shot is missed off the backboard, and that is the end of the third quarter. Model will lead it going into the final frame, 45-31 over Trion. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. We're back for the final 8 minutes of the game after a 1-minute break.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors are tough thanks to more built-in weight, so they can safely pull flex-wing mowers and rescue neighbors stuck in the mud. And you're tough too. You haul feed and pull a float on your hometown parade.
Let's pray.
And still make it to supper. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Welcome you back into live coverage of Model basketball tonight, provided by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ, presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. And Model has a 45-31 lead as we start the fourth quarter and the basketball. Trion would outscore Model 14-8 in the third quarter, so that was by far their best quarter. Well, it was their best quarter of the game. They scored 13 points in the second quarter, but they closed the gap quite a bit. Here is a shot off the glass for Stevie Dallas, first bucket of the game. 7:30 left to go in the game. Model leads at 47-31 is the score. Trion with the ball on the right wing side, hanging tough in this basketball game. It really felt like Model was exploding at a level that was really going to get away from them.
It did.
And they just kept chipping away. Here's the shot. That's going to be missed. Chase Allen got the rebound. Now they get it to John Mason on the right wing, back up top to Noah Travis, on to Stevie Dallas. Denson going to fire it inside, gets it to Chase Allen. Back up top, Stevie Dallas going to send it right wing side to Mason. Now on to Noah. Now to the corner, left wing side. That is Stevie Dallas going to work on Cornett. Starts to back his way in, trying to get it to the rim. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. I think there was also a foul.
Yeah, they're going to get a call foul.
And I got to tell you, man, Stevie Dallas had to work hard for that one against Cornett.
He did. I don't think he was going to be able to spin that one into the basket, but he draws the foul.
So Stevie Dallas at the free throw line for the first time, and the first one rattles in for him. Second shot coming up for Stevie in just a couple of moments. Dribbles the ball a couple of times as part of his routine, and he knocks them both down. And so Model leads at 49-31 with 6:42 left to go in the ball game. Here's Cornett trying to work around the screen, gives it up top to Mobbs. Mobbs has got it on the right wing, going to drive into the lane, challenges Allen, gets it to the rim, put back won't go, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called against Model.
Allen got him right in the kisser there.
So we're going to see Ludy shoot his first free throws of the ball game. As we mentioned, Trion has not been to the line very much in this game at all. But first one for Ludy is going to be good. Nothing but net on that first free throw. Get ready for his second of the pair. Shot on the way, and that one's off the side of the rim. Rebound taken by Chase Allen. Gives it to Noah Travis, who sends the signal and brings it across midcourt stripe. Going to leave it off for Stevie Dallas. Dallas is going to back up to around midcourt. And they give it to Chase Allen at the high post. Drives in. Nearly got it to the rim. Got the ball back. There's the first layup, and it's through. Ooh. That was nasty.
Yes, it was. Trion fans wanted to travel on Allen. They might have had an argument there.
Under the 6-minute mark, a lob underneath the Harris is nearly picked off by Mason, but there's some contact and a whistle.
No quit in the Trion Bulldogs. They don't seem to have the firepower tonight to really cut into this lead, but their defense has given them a chance to scrap back into it.
Ludy about to inbound the basketball here for Trion with 5:54 left to go. He's going to feed it up top to Harris. Now on to Mobbs. Mobbs being guarded by John Mason. He's going to put up a long two. That one rattles across the rim. And Chase Allen's there for another rebound.
They seem to be settling for a lot of long jumpers.
Indeed. Travis up top to Denson. Denson going to give it to the high post and Allen. Allen gives it out to Bryson Denson, breaks towards the baseline and gets clobbered by a couple of defenders and is going to the free throw line. And Denson has done a great job from the free throw line in this game. He's 5 of 7 from the stripe.
Kiss of death.
Yeah, I said I wasn't going to do it again, and there it is.
But since I called you out on it, he'll proceed to knock them both down.
The equalizer.
Yes.
Shot on the way, and that's off the front of the rim. Or not.
Or not.
Chaden Woodley checks in for John Mason. The freshman back into the game. Knocked down 3 threes in the second quarter.
What a sequence that was. Yeah.
And that was the quarter where Model would outscore Trion 23-13. Shot's going to rattle in that time for Denson, so he gets one of the pair. Trion will bring it back the other way. They got it on the right wing side. Now going to work towards the baseline. Quick jump shot is through for Mobbs, and what a shot. Noah Travis feeds it out to Stevie Dallas back up top. Going to send it left wing side to Travis. Now around to Dallas. Cornett's right back on him. Cornett has been all over Dallas this entire game. They kick it out to Woodley. 3 ball in the air, rattles off the rim. Ball is loose. It's going to be picked up by Denson. He comes in with a little runner, misses the shot. Coming out with it's Woodley.
Second chance opportunities.
Ooh, fast break here for Trion off the glass and through after the turnover. Good hands by Ashton Mason, who went coast to coast there and scored on the run out. His first bucket of the game. Good heads up play there for Trion and Mason. 52-36 the score. Chase Allen with the ball, going to feed it out to Stevie Dallas. Here comes Cornett. Dallas spins around, great move, shakes off Cornett and scores.
A good play there by Stevie Dallas.
4:10 left to go in the game. Model leads at 54-36. Shot up from three-point land is missed. Rebound picked up by Bryson Denson. Noah Travis is going to work it across the center court stripe. Fires it right wing side to Chaden Woodley. Woodley sends it back up top to Bryson Denson, now on to Stevie. Stevie fires it inside to Allen, turns around, shoots. That was on the, was that on the floor?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, so he made the bucket, but.
Well, no, they're going to call it and one. Yeah.
All right, so he made the shot. He's got an opportunity to convert a three-point play here with Model in a 20-point lead. Shot is going to be in and out. Ball is deflected out of bounds there by Chaden Woodley, and Trion will inbound the ball in just a moment. There's a few Darlington players walking around here, scouting out competition coming up next week. Shot on the way, and that's off the side of the rim. And coast to coast goes Allen, shakes off Cornett and scores. Stevie Dallas having a big fourth quarter.
He is. He had a bunch of open looks. Couldn't get the three ball to fall for him, but he's had a flurry of points in the second half.
And so left wing side, shot on the way is going to be missed. Rebound picked up by Noah Travis. Bryson Denson fires right wing side. Nice pass inside to Allen. Ball poked free and out of bounds by Harris. So good defense by Trion. And we'll get ready for Stevie Dallas to inbound the ball for the Model Blue Devils. Left wing side they go to Woodley. Back up top to Travis. Now on to Bryson Denson. Right wing side starts to drive. Goes in, and that's off the side of the rim. Harris came out with it for Trion. 2:52. We're under 3 minutes to go in this one. Model leads at 58-36, so a 22-point lead. It's got to feel pretty good with under 3 to go. Shot on the way, but certainly no quit in this Trion basketball team. They won't go away quietly for sure.
And they're going to get Denson for going over. Conley Harris is back there.
And so Ludy will inbound the ball here for Trion as they trail 58-36 with 2:41 left. They're going to try to fire it in, stolen away by Dallas. One-on-one with Cornett, fires it to Denson, underneath to Woodley, and scores. What a sequence for the Blue Devils.
Pop, pop, bang. Unselfish basketball by the Model Blue Devils.
Shot on the other end is through for Ludy, and he's going to the free throw line for Trion. And so Trion's able to answer on the other end. Cut it back to a 22-point game. With 2:26 left to go in the ball game. 3-point opportunity here for Trion, and Ludy puts up the shot, and that one rattles off the rim. Noah Travis is there to track down the rebound, gives it off to Stevie Dallas, fires it left wing side, wide open, Woodley and through. There's number 4 tonight for Chaden Woodley. Left him wide open, and he made him pay.
Yeah, absolutely.
2:11 left to go in the ball game. Boy, that was a big time shot.
It sure was.
Here comes Cornett baseline. Ooh, it goes off of Chase Allen's forehead. It looked like an out of bounds.
Again. There comes the trio of substitutes into the game. Thomas Patterson, you got Bell, you got Mathis into the game as well.
And Ludy surveys the floor here for Trion. They get it into Harris off the inbound pass, puts it up, misses the shot, and Patterson tracks down the rebound. Cross-court pass from Woodley to Mathis, sails out of bounds on the Model bench, and now Trion will get the ball back with 1:55 left to go. All right, so Trion will inbound the ball into the backcourt. Cornett brings it up the floor. Cornett going to bounce it to Harris, kicks it out. There's Ludy for 3, and that one's off the side of the rim. A rebound is picked up by Woodley. And Woodley across the timeline fires it left wing side to Mathis, who drives in, kicks out. There's Denson, goes to work on Cornett, trying to draw the charge, but he was moving his feet. And now up top they go to Bryson Bell. Bell into the corner, right wing side to Mathis. Back up top to Woodley. 14 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to the high post and Thomas Patterson. Now on to Woodley, who starts to drive, loses the handle. It was tipped away by Harris. And there's a heave right before the shot clock expired. But it missed everything, goes out of bounds, and it's coming back to Trion.
Good defense in that sequence by the Trion Bulldogs.
Indeed, and now Mobbs is going to inbound the ball here to Austin Cornett as we close in on the 1 minute mark of this ball game. Officially under 1 minute to go. Cornett with the ball, sends it over to Mobbs here on the near side, standing in the M at midcourt. Mobbs will start to work. He's covered up, sends it back up top. Ludy, a handoff to Cornett. He starts to drive towards the lane, backs 45 seconds on the clock. Mobbs on the left wing side. Two defenders in his face. He'll back up, jack up the three, and that one's off the mark. Rebound picked up by Patterson, and very slight differential between the shot clock. Doesn't matter, ball stolen away. Here comes Cornett, feeds it off to Mobbs. Nifty move into the lane and gets the finish with the layup. 19 seconds on the clock, and the shot clock is off. Model leads it by 23, so it looks like they'll just dribble out the remaining seconds of the game. Denson's going to fire it over here to Chaden Woodley. 8 seconds to go, and that is going to be it, folks. Woodley's going to dribble it out as both coaches shake hands at midcourt. Coach Cornett and Coach Travis, and that's the end of the ball game. Model wins it 63-40 is your final score. A 23-point win for the Model Blue Devils. It was a great night for the folks in Model Blue tonight, wasn't it, Ian?
Indeed, indeed. Both boys and girls team cruised to easy victories with good team victories. We had a lot of players contributing. And a good Saturday night in Shannon.
Indeed. We're going to take a break. We'll come back for a brief wrap-up after these messages. Model wins it tonight, 63-40 over the Trion Bulldogs. We're back in 3 minutes.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-705.
Welcome back in one more time from Woodard Gymnasium as we have a brief wrap-up to wind things down on a successful night for the Model Blue Devils. The boys just won 63-40 over Trion. In the first game of the evening, it was 59-16. Dominant victory for the Model Lady Devils over Trion, so they get the sweep tonight here, Ian.
Yeah, again, impressive effort by both the boys and girls team as they near region play just around the corner, and it'll be 2 or 3 games on the road before they return here.
That's exactly right. At the end of the first quarter, it was Model up 14-4. By the end of the first half, it was 37-17 for Model. At the end of the third quarter, 45-31. Felt like Trion was starting to find a way to climb back into the game, but then Model in the final quarter of the game would outscore Trion 18-9 and shut the door, and again close out the game by winning 63-40. Here's how it broke down individual scoring wise. 2 points for Bryson Roberts for Trion, also 3 points for Labrian Ludy, for Brian, I guess. 4 points for Austin Cornett, 2 for Ashton Mason, and then 10 points for Conley Harris. The leading scorer in the game for Trion and tying the leading scorer overall was Sam Mobbs. He had 19 points and just had an excellent game, no question about that. Meanwhile, for the victorious Model Blue Devils, 8 points for Stevie Dallas. All of his points were in the fourth quarter of the ball game. Just really lit it up, going right into the lane there in that fourth quarter. Also got the free throw line once. 6 points for Noah Travis, had a couple of threes in the first half of the ball game. You would have 6 points for Thomas Patterson, 12 apiece for Bryson Denson and Chaden Woodley. Chaden Woodley knocked down 4 threes, 3 of them in the second quarter, 1 of them in the fourth quarter of the ball game. And then tied for leading scorer in the game with Mobbs for Trion was Model's Chase Allen, who would have 19 points, and they were pretty evenly spread out through the game. I mean, he had 6 points in the first quarter, he had 4 in the second quarter, he had 5 in the third quarter, and he had 4 in the fourth quarter. So he was consistent in the game throughout, as he often is.
Yeah, he's an easy guy for the Blue Devils to lean on, just so consistent and can score in a multitude of ways.
So with that said, the Model Blue Devils have extended their winning streak to 4 games in a row. They moved the season record to 9-3. And then Trion falls to 4-3 on the year. It was a non-region game, so we won't even mention the region records anymore. But with that said, as you pointed out, the Blue Devils are going to be hitting the road coming up. Next week, they're going to go to Pepperell on the 7th, so that'll be on Tuesday. They'll be at Sonoraville on the 10th, and it looks like they will host Adairsville, maybe, coming up on the 11th. The next broadcast that we'll have for you is going to be against Darlington coming up on the 17th, I believe. And so really looking forward to that, and we'll tell you more about that. So stay tuned to our social media channels for all the information. The only challenge is trying to get the words out of my mouth sometimes. Of course. But anyway, that's going to put a wrap on our broadcast. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. Real quick, we'll recognize the crew. PA announcer Grayson Atkins, cameras Clay Hardiker and Bennett Abernathy. Replay was Nathan Patterson, director Mike Garrett. Back at the studio at WLAQ at the foot of Mount Alto, or the athlete's foot of Mount Alto, as we've been known to call it, Lynn Butler. And for Ian Griffin, thank you, sir, for being here. It's been fun. The first broadcast of 2025. For Ian Griffin, I'm Matt Davis saying so long, everybody. Hope you have a great evening and hope your 2025 is off to a great start. All right, folks, we'll see you next week.